Right now, a specific anxiety is spreading through the tech industry. As machines begin to generate their own code, people are questioning the long-term role of the human programmer. To understand the actual trajectory of software, we have to look back to the moment before the digital world existed, back to complete silence, and to the impossible question of how to make a mindless machine understand human intention. Early computing hardware lacked any concept of language or meaning. It processed raw electricity. A circuit was either open or closed, a binary world of ones and zeros. This mechanical limitation created massive friction. Because the hardware was mindless, humans had to abandon their own language and adapt their thoughts to fit the rigid mathematical logic of the machine. This is what a program looked like when the digital world was physical. Every idea was broken down and carved into paper as perforated holes. This system was incredibly fragile. A single error in a punch card caused the entire logical structure to collapse. Programming in this setting required manual, repetitive labor to wrestle the hardware into submission. Technicians spent hours managing dials and cards just to perform calculations that take a fraction of a second today. In this era, the machine was the master. Humans were forced to serve the constraints of the hardware, bending their thoughts to fit the unforgiving reality of the metal. That dynamic began to shift when Ada Lovelace realized that machines could be more than just calculators. She saw a future where these devices could process music, logic, and ideas. By writing the first algorithm, Lovelace transformed programming from a mechanical chore into a conceptual idea. She proved that the machine could follow a human's logic. We began building upward. Instead of writing raw binary, developers created languages like C, Java, and eventually Python. We stopped adapting to the computer and made the computer understand syntax that actually made sense to us. As code became readable and connected, it scaled. This cybercafe represents the moment digital connectivity became a public reality, allowing us to rebuild entire industries on a foundation of software. Programming transitioned from a struggle to survive the machine into a process of creating with it. Today, the relationship between developer and machine is shifting again. We are moving from writing static instructions to participating in a continuous loop with intelligent systems. Tools like ChatGPT have effectively solved the blank page problem. You can describe a complex function in natural language, and the system generates the logic, explains the concept, and identifies potential errors immediately. Inside the code editor, systems like GitHub Copilot suggest lines of logic as you type, predicting the intended outcome in real time and automating the repetitive parts of development. This feedback loop is how modern software is built. On platforms like Replit and Cursor, the developer provides the vision and intent, while the AI manages the syntax and execution. The machine is no longer just executing a list of commands. It is an active participant in the creative process. AI functions as an amplifier for the developer. By removing the mechanical friction that used to stall progress, it has lowered the barrier to entry for everyone. An AI can suggest a solution, but it cannot understand a human's ultimate goal. It can generate code, but it lacks the vision to know why that code needs to exist in the first place. The primary skill in this new environment is no longer typing speed or syntax memorization. It's the ability to think clearly, break down complex problems, and guide tools towards an objective. Programming is, and has always been, about solving problems. These tools have simply stripped away the technical noise that used to hide that fact. A divide is forming between those who use AI for convenience and those who learn to architect with it. Prompting a tool to get a quick answer is straightforward, but mastering these systems to build reliable, intelligent applications requires a high level of technical discipline. The leverage available to the individual is now unprecedented. One person with a clear vision and the right tools can now build what used to require the resources of an entire company. This leaves you with a final choice: to remain a consumer of the technology around you, or to become one of the people who writes it. The evolution of programming has provided the tools to turn ideas into reality faster than ever before. The only remaining variable is what you decide to build with them.